Awesome. So welcome, everyone. It's good to have everybody here. If you're listening on the recording, you are listening to our year-end business plan. This is super cool for the, I don't know, I guess it's the Unstoppable Jedis. Justin, what are you?
Yeah, that's a pretty good term. I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one to follow. But it's cool because Justin and I were like talking this last couple weeks, and you know, Justin's my sponsor and Brian my sponsor, and you've been out in Thailand, and we're like, all right, we got to do our year-end business plan for everyone. It's just a lot of great stuff happening with our network, and I do my business plans once a year or once a month, and I know you do as well. And we're like, all right, we did our visionaries call last time, and let's just be careful, sweetie, because that Christmas tree could fall over. we got some chaos here. It's funny, like, in the Unstoppable family, the traveling office can be anywhere, right? Where was your office at when you were in Thailand, Justin?
Office was actually just my cell phone, believe it or not. Everything I did was mobile because I was able to get like a local SIM card really inexpensively and be able to basically shoot videos and upload video even when we were on the Phi Phi Islands, like remote, beautiful island where they shot the movie The Beach. I had internet access, so like I played a lot of chess, which I tend to do a lot because I'm a dork, but I do that on my chess app on my phone, but I was also shooting a lot of videos and doing a lot of stuff that we can leverage with the team, which is a part of the reason I'm so excited to go on vacations. It's not just like we're chilling the whole time. We enjoy ourselves, but it's also a part of our life to create inspiring and empowering videos and sharing stories, and then we can have these professionally edited and then give them to the team so that you can use it to share it with your list. And all the videos that Rhonda and I and the leaders do, we don't put links in it because we want you to be able to use some of the material because we realize the power in leveraging off the stories. And I remember when I first joined and I didn't have a success story of my own, I just borrowed the success stories of everyone that was in the company creating any results at the time until I had my own victory, and then I started celebrating that story. And we can do the same thing with you guys. If you're here, it's because you're at the $500 level or above, so we recognize your leadership potential, and we want to help you really get to the next level. So Rhonda and I decided to join forces to really give you the best of what we have that is responsible for netting our results, and we're super excited. I want to give a shout out to Anders just for creating phenomenal results from the time he took action, actually from a business plan about 2 or 3 months ago. He's been able to really do things that are blowing us out of the water. So it's like the student has become the Sifu or the teacher or the Morpheus, which is a beautiful thing. So we're learning from him, and there's something that we're going to be doing. What up, Brian? Always good to see you, brother.
What up?
Always a pleasure. Can't wait to be hanging out. I totally forget what I was talking about here, but I was making a point.
Anders becoming the Morpheus, becoming the.
Oh yeah. So now we're we just got this email from David Wood earlier for the top people in the contest, and David Wood, and I just want to share this news. He wants to do a hangout for our team where we can get all of our team members on this hangout, and he's going to basically help do some coaching and basically help you guys double or triple your income, and as well as help you get your team members to our event in Miami, because that's where the miracles are really created. I heard Anders tell me he has 10 people from Sweden flying to Miami to be at that event. So I know that Anders' income is going to go through the roof, because I know once you can get people in the seats at our events, there's nothing stopping you from building a 7-figure empire here. It's just a matter of time. So I'm super excited about that, and I just want to share, we're going to do something. We'll let you know via the Skype groups, the all-in groups, and we'll let you know via your email. whenever there is that date. And what you want to do when we announce it, where Dave Wood is going to take time with our personal team, which is you watching this right now, you want to make sure you're there, and you're going to want to make sure all your team members are there as well, and just let Dave do its thing. I know Dave's coaching is a big part of the reason why, my wife and I are where we are. We didn't have all the right answers and information when we first joined. We had to follow successful leaders and model after their success, and now you have the opportunity to do the same thing. So I'm super excited for
I muted you. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I think I got what I was going to share out of the way there. If you wanted to take it away, I forget.
This is super cool. Well, I'm so glad that you shared like that right away, because this is what I love. I mean, all the time. We're always cooperating. We've got like our Skype group of our leadership that we communicate in there. And Jim was in there, and Phil, and there's a couple other guys that are in our group that we're always interacting, and Jubril, of course, what's happening, and you were like, hey, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I didn't even see the email yet that Dave was doing this for a team. I'm like, wow, this is not just, where Dave just helping like the top 10 of the whole company. He's really bringing it to our group, to the top affiliates for our group to benefit. And this is going to be something that we're going to really, be able to help people just take their vision, where they want to go, and really bring it into fruition through, the airwaves, so everyone else can see it and you guys can invite others to do it. And that's one thing that I love the most about Empower is that, Justin, it's, I know we've only been here for 8 months. And I swear, 9 years in this industry, I've never seen a company that does so much consistently, adjusting and knowing, ahead of the industry of what's happening right now, ahead of the market, right? Where, new sales videos are coming out, new things are happening, and Dave Wood, founder of the company, is willing to jump on a hangout with our personal group, and that's powerful to me, and it just gives me pure commitment of knowing, that when I said I do, so to speak, with Empower, that, and for me, Brian started Empower like eight months ago. I think I only jumped in, how long, 4 or 5? Not even, yeah, because, I looked at it and like, wow, this company is really doing something I've never seen, and I've never experienced it. So I'm always, I'm a super excited kind of person, but I tell you, I'm more excited now that I'm starting to see the results, Justin, in my group. I know you've been able to start seeing some duplication, like we've duplicated Anders and Jen. You got, my clubs, you've got so many people that you've been able to experience and help duplicate and create success. And I'm starting to see it, and it's really exciting for me.
That's a great point, because we realize that the big success and the big wealth and prosperity is developed by developing leaders. And something, I shared this story on different trainings, but it's relevant to share here. I was asking Dave Wood, I'm like, how do I attract, and this is a while back, like over a year ago, I'm like, how do I attract leaders on my team? Because I looked at people like Shakir. Shakir doesn't have an impressive amount of personal signups. He just knows how to sign up the right people and creates a fortune. So I'm like, how do I, get leaders on my team, Dave? He's like, do you want to know the truth? I'm like, of course. And he's like, don't waste all your time trying to find them. He's like, focus on developing them. He's like, you have a big team. If you focus on leadership development, you'll have, one of the most successful teams here. And I really took that to heart, and it made a lot of sense. And then once I really started to believe in other people's success as much as I believed in my own, that's when I saw, success story after success story. So that's a part of the formula, is when you become a leader in creating your own result, is believing in other people wholeheartedly. See, a lot of times we have self-limiting beliefs when we're new, and believing that somebody else can do this. You start to think, well, it's so difficult for me, how can someone else possibly do this? When the truth is, you're prejudging that person when everyone has an equal amount of, success or achievement. It's just a matter of following the right person, or people in this case, that really know the formula, that are really getting results, and to model after them. That if you can do that, it doesn't have to take like 2 years for Rhonda to make a 6-figure income. Rhonda said, I'm going to do it, in like 6 months, just by staying focused here. And I believe that anyone who truly focuses on their business and creating that first success, which we're here to help you create, which is why we're here today, that your breakthrough is inevitable. And then we show up at these events and we bring our team, and that's the formula really for wealth and abundance here. It's super, super simple. And if we focus all our energy on the only things that matter at the end of the day, how many people did I help, right? I like to ask, what did I do today to help 2 new people get started, make a new decision, look at life a different way, start to dream again. And it's that simple. Anders figured out I can sign up 2 people a day on Facebook because I understand people, and he knows what to say to people. And kudos for that training that you did, Rhonda, recently with Anders, that you put up when we were in Thailand, because that is powerful stuff. Because at the end of the day, and we're going to talk about this a bit later, Rhonda, don't let me forget, I want to break down numbers, but at the end of the day, how much money did it cost you to acquire a new customer, and what's your customer value? Because that will determine your scalability. And when you have healthy scale, you can create a 6-figure income like Rhonda and Brian has in a super short period of time. You can go from Anders, selling his stove, and I'll let you share more, him share more of his story, to having his first $10,000 or $11,000 month. And now I'm looking forward to helping Anders hit $20,000 or $30,000 this month, because I know the belief level is there, and I know that belief is the #1 determining factor to success, as crazy as that sounds. So we're here to help you really believe in yourself today, and also show you the formula that we personally have that you can tap into to be able to do some phenomenal things with your business.
Yeah, man, I love that. I just love hearing that, because it's so true. I mean, it's, we've been in the direct selling industry for 9 years, and what I do today has not changed at all. I mean, really, and we've done the same thing every time. And yes, certainly the marketing has changed, right? Facebook, which is our primary source of marketing now, wasn't around when I started. YouTube wasn't around when I started, which sounds so ridiculous. I'm like, how did I even market then? Right? But other than the different forms of marketing, guys, nothing really has changed. The formula stays the same, and the very first part of that formula is 100% mindset. And you know what I'd like to do, because I know that Anders did talk about this last week. And, all of you guys that are here, there's a number of you guys that are here, which is really great. There's many of you that are already, committed, and you said, yeah, I'm totally committed to my business. And there's some here that are like, I don't know, you guys might be on here just trying to figure out if this is really something I can commit to, I guess. Why don't we do this? Is there just because a lot of you guys are muted, just so we can get an idea, because what Dustin and I are really willing to do today, if you are open, and if all of you have really put, if you'll be willing to put everything aside and allow us to really roll out what the formula is, what is it that we do, and how it can be possible for you. If you guys are open and willing to do that today, we're going to take our time and do it. Justin and I could be hanging out with my daughter, right? Justin could be with Dee and working in other areas, but we're committing this Friday afternoon, it's 5:30 my time, I know it's afternoon most people's time, to be here with you. And, if you don't know me well, I'm very blunt, but I will give every single thing. So I want to make sure if you're here now to just hang out and not really take action later and not really ready to build, you might just want to watch the recording, but if you are here and you're ready to engage, you're like, yeah, this is really something that I want to hear what we've got, we're going to let it go. You guys are cool with it. Is everyone cool with that? You're cool with Justin and I rolling it out? Yeah, put your hand up. Nice. Okay, cool. We got lots of hands up. All right, good. Cool. Yay. All right, nice. It's not all of you, but I would assume that if you're not, you might just go ahead and drop off. That's totally cool with us too. And we don't mind. We don't take things personally. That's one thing Justin and I learned, and it's maybe lesson number one. I always do this. I'm kind of all over the place. I know Justin does too. We throw out nuggets. And I call it the catch nugget, right? So if you hear a nugget you like, I always got a piece of paper, and I whenever training call I watch or listen to, right? Because in Empower, right? Here we are. Lesson number one, have your paper and pen ready to go. Because, it's like nugget tossing. I'm like, oh, Vic will throw something out, and, I watched Vic's, his video just in the Viral Blogging Academy, which is amazing. Same with yours, Justin. I'm like, all the time, right? Nugget, nugget, nugget. So get ready, right? Because it's going to be totally, I guess, nugget-filled, if you want to call it that. So we're going to toss out some nuggets. You guys can grab them. And that's nugget number one, right, which is really being prepared and writing down and just listening. Because one thing that I will be the first to admit is I have to hear things over and over and over again. And there's a reason why we probably say similar things. If you watch a business plan before, you're like, oh, they're kind of saying similar stuff. Well, that's really what it's about. It's about ingraining the lessons in your mind and hearing the similar things over and over again so they finally soak in. And I have to listen to things over and over and over again to really get them. And, especially with our training, the number one training that right now, I don't even like to use this training. It's more of like my, it's like my taking a bath. Or you take a bath every day to be clean. I listen to our programs, Inner Circle, 15K Formula. I still listen to audio number one from Dave Wood whenever I want to reconnect to my goals every month. For the last 4 months, I probably listened to that at least probably 6 to 8 times, once or twice a month, so I can really understand what Dave Wood's talking about for setting your goals. So that's number one. If you haven't listened to 15K Formula audio number one, Dave Wood rolled out exactly how to reverse engineer your income. And again, Justin's going to go through some of those numbers a little bit later too, guys. So that'll be, the first one that you want to make sure. If you don't have 15K, just make sure you get it. Even while we're here, you'll be able to enjoy it. But at any rate, Anders, would you do me a favor, buddy? I'd love to have Anders come out because we brought, the number one mindset piece is, or the number one biggest nugget in this business, and it isn't the changes, it's the mindset. And I know Anders, he just took action and he changed his mindset, the way he was thinking about things, and he hadn't been successful, and all of a sudden it just clicked. Make sure, Anders, if you can hear me. Are you able to jump out here, brother? No, he's here. We'll give him an opportunity to come out because,
hello.
Hey, there you are, because we can talk all day. But
sorry.
Yeah, it's all good, brother. You threw some amazing stuff out last week, and it was, you're like, I was working, and things, all of a sudden I just clicked. What was it that clicked?
What did you say last week? Can you repeat that again? Sorry, I didn't hear. I was just grabbing some tacos. So.
What was it, the mindset? Because we were, saying that really the starting foundation of being successful in any business is really just the mindset, that focus. And you had been running your business for a while, and all of a sudden things just changed for you. What was it mentally that changed?
It was actually a few things. First off, being as me, I was around like doing 10,000 things at the same time, having like 10,000 sponsors, and just being all over the place. And I was not focused. And I got this opportunity to be on a business plan like 3 months ago or so, and I saw, how Justin and Jubril actually painted up the picture on how to actually, to do this, to really succeed. And at that point, I made a decision to start focusing on one strategy, following like one mentor or team or whatever, just going like at the same direction. And I started to like take massive action on that, because I saw the potential. I could see, other guys. Basically what happened was that I could see the blueprint. It was so crazy. I just had to believe like, oh, this is going to work. it's all about figuring out. I mean, if Justin can do it, if Jubril can do it, if Rhonda can do it, I mean, I can do it too. So I started to get to work. And basically what Jubril made and did, he gave us the tools. He gave us the tools to be like to work with, you know. He didn't give us exact blueprint like, you know, place that amount, you know, that ad on that day and that, you know, counter. He said, this is what I do, start experimenting, and that was exactly what I did. And something changed inside of me, and I thought, I didn't even thought, I was sure that I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to succeed. I'm going to do it now. So that's basically what happened to Miranda.
No, it's good. I thank you for that. I appreciate it because it's really good for everyone to hear. And we're going to share with you exactly what Andrew is talking about. A lot of you guys have no clue. They're like, what is he talking about? This blueprint that we roll out. And but it's really great. It's important to hear it from you because, you know, yeah, we have the tools and that's what we provide. That's why Justin and Jubril, I know I just saw him pop on here, is when we committed, you know, I know that Justin's been working with Jubril from day one. There you are. There you are also. Hi. And there you go. I'm going to unmute you. And I tell you, it's like when Jubril kind of put out and said, this is what we need to do for the team for duplication, it just became so clear. So we're going to share that today. And Justin, if you want to jump on out before we're going to move forward more deeply into the mindset piece, because I tell you, everyone wants that. Do this number one step, do this number two step when it comes to marketing, and we have that already done. That's already set. We'll share with you guys what that is all about. So,
yeah, maybe, what up, Jubril? It's always good to see you. I see you got a fresh cut today, man. You're looking sharp, man. Good to see you. We're just chilling. For those that don't know, we were in Thailand together for 3 weeks, and we had the time of our lives. Just great experience. And I know he just got back, so I know he's been on the road for literally 3 weeks, just going from island to island. Tell Dan I said what up to the videographer. But yeah, I'm going to just discuss what it means really to be all in your business, and also I want to talk about the 15K per month formula as well as the master's program, because tonight or this afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this, we're going to show you how to maximize the comp plan. Basically meaning, if we have your permission, we're going to show you how to get to your income goals in the shortest amount of time possible, because that's why we're here. You know, at the end of the day, we're here to create freedom or more abundance, better lifestyle. So let's talk about the 15K per month formula. This is the product actually Rhonda was just referring to, where she watches the first webinar over and over every month when she wants to reset her goals and really get into alignment with the purpose of why she is here. And this is the exact formula that David would use to create the Empower Network. It's the same formula he uses on a day-to-day basis when he's setting new goals. So I feel that this formula in this one module is probably worth, if I was to throw, you know, money value on it, like $10,000. So to think for $1,000 you get this product where the first module alone is worth 10 times the price of what you paid, and then not just the mindset, now you actually have the application on different techniques where they take the top leaders inside the Empower Network, and these leaders teach a webinar module on how they have achieved the results that they have achieved. Some of them, like Chuck Marshall, have done it through magazine. There's some of them like Shakir who has done it through solo ads. You know, there's people like us, we've all done it through Facebook and blogging. And that's some more about what we're going to be teaching here tonight. But the other reason, besides the education, the reason why you really, really want to pick up the 15K per month formula is for the fact earning $1,000 with one sale. And I want you to write that down. Write $1,000, and I'll write it with you. So 1,000 equals one sale. That's a game changer. How did we get to 30,000 a month? They released the 15K per month formula, and all I had to do was sell one product a day to earn $1,000 a day. How do you make 30,000 a month? Well, there's a very simple way to do it. Sell 30 15K per month formulas. That's how it is done, right? And so you want to qualify for that commission so that when people upgrade, when we help you upgrade your team members to the 15K, you get a 100% commission of $1,000. So someone spends $1,000, it goes directly to you. This will help you maximize your scalability. It will help you acquire the highest amount per customer. And I'm going to share some of my personal numbers. I'll let Rhonda break down some of hers. Maybe Anders could break down some of his, just to give you a different perspective. But I do believe that if you can stack all the odds in your favor, meaning get the $15K per month, as well as the Masters, which pays out the $3,000 commission, that your customer value per customer is going to skyrocket from a possible whatever it is now at the $500 level. It could be $100, it could be $50, I don't know. But it can take it from there to some of the numbers that I'm seeing right now, Rhonda. I wrote down some math over here, and I don't know if you can read it, so I'll just read it out and you just take my word for it. But we've personally sponsored 1,773 members inside the Empower Network, giving us the second largest personal team. And the total commissions we've earned, also counting contests where, you know, we've won money, you know, place in second place here, there, affiliate incentive pool. But if you add up all the income that we've generated, and results not typical, see our average earnings, but we are Jedi, everyone here today. But $1,025,819, and if you divide that amount by 1,773 members, the lifetime value per customer at this moment, because it's always evolving and changing and usually increasing, but right now it's $578 per customer, which is a formula I can use for scale, meaning I know if I can spend $100 or even $200 on advertising on Facebook, which is an easy way to get customers to your website, well, if I can turn $100 or $200 in ad spends into, on average, over $500, well, there's my scalability, and it becomes a simple math formula of how many leads did I generate today, or how many people did I sponsor, you know, here at the end of the day. And I believe by focusing, by getting all in, meaning qualifying for every product so that your customer value won't be just $100, but we want your customer value as well to be like $500. I think Anders is outlandish. I know it's a lot higher than ours, so I'll let him share his own. But just to give you a perspective, if we can show you how to spend $100 or even $200 to, in return, make $500, the question becomes, how many times over would you want to do that in a day? And I'll pass the baton back to you and let you share your perspective.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's huge. I mean, you jumped right into it because I agree with you. I mean, it's kind of, you know, some people are here like, all right, let's get to the you know, the meat and potatoes here, and we're going to definitely do that. I mean, right now, for us, being 8 months, Brian's going to get the exact, so I didn't get the exact numbers in front of me, is our customer value. We spend about anywhere from 67 to 74, right? Is that right, Brian? He's going to get the exact numbers. I had them written down in the other book. But our customer value is around 450 to 480 right now. It's about 480. And this is what the great part is. I want everyone, we're not sharing this, we really want you guys to go, oh, this is awesome, you're making all this money, or your customer value is high. We share this because this guy has done it, helped us all do it. He knows the exact formula that we're going to be able to share with you, why we can say that you can you spend $75 or even $100 to get a $125 sale. Now that sounds backwards to some people, but just hear us out. You spend anywhere from even $200, say, in marketing to get a $25 person. But what happens is this: the value and the power of our team. If you see, we've got really amazing duplication, right? You know, people that are actually doing and bring people into their team. What happens, guys, is our team is so strong that we do these business plans for you that you just need to learn how to get the people in the front door. And see, that right there, once you get that formula, everything about our business, right, is, you know, it's getting someone in the front door. Once they're in the front door, it's like they walk into our little team party. And the reason why our customer values are so high, Justin, I believe this, is because we do give our people the exact steps of how to get there, how to get someone in the door. But it's also because we have such a solid team. I'm all about building a tribe and a group that we know are changing lives, not just making money, right? So when we talk about money, it's always about the lives that are changing, that they're able to really transfer this knowledge. You jumping in? You look, whenever you get close, I'm like, he's ready.
I'm just itching, kind of like a tiger, just camouflage. You can't see the tiger, then all of a sudden kind of just jumps out on you. Same thing here. I couldn't agree more. And people like Anders, it's like ridiculous. I think he said like $1,100 per customer or something crazy. But I just want to remind everyone, my customer value at one point, like 6 or 8 months ago, was down to like $350. Then I discovered some things that we could do that shot it up to now over 5. But that's why we have new team members that their numbers are even higher than us, because they just started doing it this new way, where we were doing it, this way where we didn't really have a process down. We didn't have it streamlined. But now we have the back end so streamlined because we're doing all the selling for you that it becomes very easy to get all in sales if you're all in, which your focus becomes on just bringing them through the front door, which is what we're going to really get into here with our exact blueprint using Facebook. And we have, the chocolate Morpheus here, which I guess I don't have to say chocolate because Morpheus naturally is dark. However, I think that's a sexy ring to it, chocolate Morpheus. So I just say it anyways. And I was just eating some dark chocolate, so, he's always on my mind. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, I'm just so excited because Jubril, he really figured out this Facebook thing a while ago, and we've been implementing these Facebook tactics for about the past year, maybe year and a half, and it has brought our business to the next level, because I know our first year, before we started doing Facebook, just from blogging and a lot of organic stuff in YouTube, Dee and I generated about $100,000 our first year. But then after the first year, our business took off once we started implementing Facebook, and we went on to generate over $900,000 the following year. So think about that, Rhonda. You're like half a year. You did 100,000. Here we are. It took us a year to get 100,000, but then the very next month, we hit a 7-figure mark just because the momentum and the growth of the team. And so that's what you have to look forward to. And everyone here who decides to really focus here and really take action on what we're about to share with you, you can set yourself up beautifully for the new year. This is the last year. This is the last business plan that we have. And then the new focus is going to be the people who step up and who decide that they're going to do whatever it takes to create results, because those are the people we want to run with. And there's enough room at the top for all of you. And it is the truth. It's just a matter of making a decision. So I'll pass that back to you, or if Jubril, if you want to jump in, cover anything that I'm missing out. For those that never had the opportunity to meet Jubril, he will be in Miami, and you'll have the opportunity, maybe if you're lucky, you can get a picture with him. I know just a picture alone with him increases your net worth by about $5 million, so it's not a bad idea.
You jumping out? You're muted. Hold on, I might have muted you. Nope, you just unmute yourself, brother. You're good. Go ahead and unmute. Oh no, I love that lost stare. You good?
Okay, cool. I see it now. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I didn't really have much to say right now. I'll just kind of sit in the background and just I was really enjoying just hearing everything. But yes, I'm so excited for every one of you. Online here with George's team, Justin's, and Dee's team, Brian and Rhonda, Unstoppable Family, because we do have so much knowledge and just wisdom that we've collected through experience, hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on marketing, decades of, just blood, sweat, and tears of experience, and, we figured out things that work, and now we're able to relay it back, to you and shorten your learning curve. And one of the things about me is, it's not that I'm selfish, but like I really like to protect the information when it works. I don't share it with anyone because it's so valuable, and I feel like if someone doesn't really deserve it or they haven't earned it, why, like, the amount of stuff that I've gone through to learn what I know, I'm just not the guy that's just like, hey, come take all my information. Like, it's just not the way I roll. I don't think people appreciate it and really make use of it when it's given away too easily. And so that's one of the big reasons I really make people earn, like, especially when I know it's of value, because like I know once they apply it, people like Anders and Beth Mose, like when they just go ahead and apply it, it's just life-changing for them and everyone around them. But if I gave the same information to people that had nothing invested, no real skin in the game, they wouldn't take it serious, and it would make me feel bad. Like, is what I'm doing working? So for me, I'm always looking for that person who's the most serious, and everyone on this call, obviously is, because they're already investing in the business. They're spending time. What time is it right now? Well, it's midnight for me. I just came back from dinner with my brother and the cameraman. They're actually out having a great time right now. They went out to experience a little nightlife, but I came back, to spend some time with you guys. And but that's it. I can't wait to. There's so much exciting stuff happening right now, and there's changes happening. New stuff you have to learn. But there's also so much exciting growth. I'm so excited. And there's different platforms out that just released. I won't share too much, but platforms that you're going to be able to get clicks again for 1 cent, 2 cents, leads for under $1. There's so much, and mass amounts of traffic. Along with Facebook, because Facebook, we know this like the back of our hand, and there's little changes that happen, but Facebook is still, the bread and butter. That's where it all comes from. But when you're going to be able to have multiple baskets where you can, get traffic from, leads from, it opens up a whole new ball game. And one of the biggest things that we've been kind of working on behind the scenes too is making it a lot easier for you guys to convert on the front end, a lot less leads. And we haven't even talked about it, you guys, this is really classified information we haven't really shared, but we're going to be bringing you guys something on the front end that's going to completely alter the way you bring people through the system and just really increase your conversions, so your numbers are going to go through the roof. And that's probably the thing I'm excited most about, even more than the traffic, that you guys, information you're going to share. It's just making it easier for you guys, so you can have more fun to do what you want to do. And so I'm headed back to you and just kind of come back when it's kind of traffic time or whenever it's right. So.
Cool. I love it. Well, we had to get you out of here because I love it. Everyone really loves to hear what you have to say, Jubril. Jubril's always, we're on the front end always interacting with you guys, and Jubril's the mind that are literally digging through these special new ways of marketing that he reveals to us every once in a while. And it's true. I mean, you brought up a great point. I want everyone to hear this. Jubril, the reason why you're on this call is because you have invested a little bit of money. At least you guys are all minimum at $500, which is Costa Rica intensive. There's a reason. Just what Jubril said. We could give everyone everything. You're special. You're here because, not everyone's minds are ready. And it's kind of funny because I have this really trippy, brain of this guy's brain opening up, right? It's my favorite image. So I use this image for years. It's because you've got to be so mindlessly so ready and so open, and unfortunately not everyone is really ready to share. And so we do reserve these calls. We reserve most of all of our information for those that are at the all-in level, not because we want to just segregate you and say you're not as cool and you don't deserve it. It's because your mind, you've got to get it. You've got to understand it. And we all came in here and invested in our business because this is our life. This is our legacy. This is my family's legacy. This is, our creation for others to really create the life that we've got, and you've got to be ready for it. So, guys, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to take a couple minutes and kind of set some mental stage for everyone, and just really more some, tick off the list of some really strong leadership roles that they need to really follow, being here and being a leader and building this business like we all have. And if you guys are, I want you guys to kind of keep your mind open. I'm going to create some interaction here. If everyone ever wanted to get their fingers on the trigger, which is that little hand up trigger for right now. And then I do want to have some people come out. Then what we're going to do in probably the next 10 minutes, 12 minutes at the top of the hour, we're going to start rolling out exactly what it is that we want to, what we do, especially when it comes to Facebook and traffic. So this is something that I always bring up for everyone, guys. And I have my graphic here I use when I do my personal business plans. And I want to ask everyone right here, okay? And everyone put their hand down, and I want you to put your hand up, because this is something that was shared with me 9 years ago before I decided to say, yes, I'm going to do this industry. I was reading the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I was doing a little call with a guy before I really decided to go all in to the business I was currently in. That business was a $25,000 investment. Actually, it was $24,900, and so it was a big investment. And I was a corporate executive, 10 hours a day, pretty much, hour in traffic, that whole story, right? We've heard it before. But I was looking for the right business model, so I did dig deeply into a number of different business models, guys, to find the right one. And oddly enough, right, still the first business model I chose was direct sales, right, network marketing, and it's been my industry since then. And I was asked this on this call, and this is what allowed me to trigger my mind to start making a bigger and a better decision, because all the decisions that I had been making were based on what I had learned past. So I had to start thinking differently and opening my mind and learning a little different. And he said to me, if Richard Branson, or to say Donald Trump, whatever you guys want to look at someone that you would really look upon at a higher level, in the success level, right, and in finance success level, right, because there's a lot of different gurus or people that we can look at. But he said if they gave you the 5 steps to being a billionaire, because they're billionaires, would you follow every step? And so I want to bring this question to all of you. I want you to think about it. And if you are right now, you're here for a reason. You're saying, okay, Justin has earned 7 figures in this industry in under 2 years, right? We've been able to generate or 6 figures now, over 6 figures right now in the last really 6 to 8 months. And Jubril has created millions in his whole industry and helped others because of his knowledge. Millions and millions and millions, multiple millions from his knowledge, right? So if you're all here and you came out and said, hey, Rhonda, Jubril, and Justin, I want to learn how to do that, are you guys going to follow every step? And we got to be honest with each other, flat out. So let's do a hand up for now. We can we just have to get a commitment, because that's something that was shared with me, and this is awesome, nice, okay, right? Most of you guys are saying, yeah, absolutely. And the reason why I ask again is this, because he said this, Rhonda, if Donald Trump were to give you 5 things, it was just those 5, and you said, I only want to do 2 or 3 because that's all I'm comfortable with, then how are you really going to become that success level? And so that's what we're going to lay out for you now is, if you're willing to do these 5 things, then let's roll, okay? So what I want to do is I want to just from a couple people, because some of you are brand new. And just for a moment, how many of you guys right now are brand new, right? Let's say, you're just in Costa Rica level, 15K for me, you've never business plan, so you have a lot of all-in members here. Is there someone that wants to put their hand up and share with me what was it about Empower Network that made you go, this is the one? And put your hand up, I'm going to unmute you guys. That way, I want to make sure that you have not had a business plan before and you haven't gone all in. I want to hear from someone fresh. I'm going to put everyone's hand down, guys, just to make clean. So I know some of you guys' hands are already in the. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Harrison, come on out here. All right. How you doing, Harrison? You unmuted? Yeah. Oops, it looks like, there you go.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did I raise my hand? I'm all in, so.
Okay, awesome. Well, your hand raised. All right, I want someone to open up bring up your hand. There's a lot of you that are new here that are already all in. I don't want anyone that's already all in. And I want some of you that are brand new. They have never been on a call like this because I want to hear some things from you that. Don't be shy, guys. Come on. This is about you stepping into your leadership here, right? Not about being shy. But some of you might think your hand is up. You got to make sure that your hand will go green, I believe, or red. That shows that your hand is up. All right, guys. Michael. Okay, let's have Michael come on out here. I know, Michael, you are all in. We've got some people that are shy right now. That's shy. But this really should be your easiest question, is what was it about Empower that made you say, yeah, this is something I can do? Do you want to share that with me? All right. Michael, are you here? All right, we're hearing some crazy feedback, guys. All right, guys, listen. We got to really get connected here, because if you guys, I want to hear something of really what is it about, why you are here. We got to get these guys out of their comfort zone here, Jubril, Justin, because I know it's not easy, right, in the beginning. You guys are like, oh, I'm afraid to say something. Well, you're here for a reason. All right, come on here, Georgia. I know it's
okay. Can you hear me?
There you go. Come on out.
Okay. I am all in, and I have not had the results that I thought I would have by now, and I want to have. But what resonated with me when I joined Empower Network was the leadership, just the whole feeling of the community of the business. I had been looking for over a year for something like this, and nothing ever resonated with me like Empower Network. And the more I got into it, the more I just knew it was the right place to be. I have not had the results I would like to have by now. It's been 5 or 6 months. But I had a huge learning curve, and I realized that it's not easy, and it's worth working for. I knew nothing about Internet except for my emails and Facebook, just with friends. I knew nothing about marketing. I knew nothing about the Internet. I knew nothing about any of it. So I have learned so much in these last 6 months, and I'm still learning, and I'm sticking with it because I see the potential, and I see what I can do with it, and I see some mistakes I've made, and I see that I need to learn some different things. So I'm definitely sticking with it, and I'm all in mentally and physically, and I just need to connect a few more dots before it comes together for me. So
okay,
I'm
right
here.
on. Georgia, would you mind sticking around for a minute, because I want to bring up something for you. Open to some coaching and kind of some interaction, which can really help you be ultra powerful in moving forward in your business.
Sure.
Okay, cool. There's a couple things that I have learned before, and I've been always, I've got mentors that have shared this with me, and they're like, if you ever put it out there, I haven't had the success that I want yet, right? You're putting something out to the universe. You're not giving yourself credit for something that you really are working for, that you've already, really taken the steps to get there. And, let me ask you this. Would you say that all the steps that you're taking right now, that you have grown and you've built and you've learned so much more than you did the first day?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, when we say that, just start off with I haven't had the results, what that does, it just kind of, it changes your shift where your mindset could put you forward into generating those results and creating those results where you have been growing, and you have to give ourselves credit to know, because this is one thing I've seen everyone here, is that so many people overestimate what they can do in short term.
Right.
They completely underestimate what they can do in the long term.
That's so true.
Right? And so what everyone needs to really understand and realize is that, this business is just like any other business. The fact that, yes, money can turn on a little bit quicker than maybe, let's say, a franchise, the fact is, there's a lot of work that goes into building that foundation. And I want you to give yourself that permission and treat this really like a business, because, when I looked into this industry, I was going to buy a franchise. And I thought, I got it. I can turn this franchise right on. Well, one thing what happened is I realized it was a $500,000 investment. I was taking a loan out. The first 5 years, I would have only netted taken in about $80,000, right? Mm-hmm. And I would have still had to be paying off over 5 years that loan. I really wouldn't start cash flowing until the 6th or 7th year. and that was only making $8,000 a year. So if you can give yourself the time and space to know that if you see the business model of Power Network for what it is, give yourself some space and some time to let that flourish. You good with that?
Right. I totally agree. Totally.
Right on.
I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for being, I know I was nervous. They're like, what do I do? And, but this is powerful for you, and thank you for sharing because it will truly capture you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
Right on. Hey, see you in Miami. Hey, Anna, I've got you unmuted. Are you able to chat, Anna, or you got a crazy background noise?
Yeah, it's my kids.
Okay, this is okay. I mean, Anna, will you come on real quick, guys? Anna, this is amazing. Anna, as I'm speaking, do this for me. Here we go. I'm going to mute Anna real quick right now. When I unmute you, Anna, I'll just kind of prepare that background because this is amazing to hear. Anna has 36 new members on her team in Facebook. She has paid nothing for marketing. She's actually paid nothing. All she uses is the Facebook techniques of interacting, connecting, like Andrew last week in our all-in group. She said to Brian and I, told Brian, she mimics Justin, and she mimics us, exactly what we do, 36 people on her team. And it's powerful. And Anna, she's not quite all in yet, right? She's been working her way to building it, but she stayed consistent. So Anna, I'm going to mute you. I'd like to really hear why you chose the Power Network. What changed for you? Because Anna was the girl that came in and said, I don't know if I can do this, and her first language is Polish. She doesn't speak English that well, and she's crushing it, right? And so I'm going to unmute you, Anna, real quick, and then there's a lot of people that want to come out here and share because they're really starting to feel the power of sharing and the connection we make with our team really helps you guys really create something in your business. Come on out here, Anna. You good to come out now?
Okay, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I joined Empower because I was watching you, what you are doing, and you've been so happy, and you showed that you spent a lot of time with your daughter, and and I had to know what you are doing, so I just follow you, and I joined to Empower Network, and now I have my people. They join me, so I know it is very powerful business. It's not difficult. It's easy because I had three other business before, and they were all not as easy as this one. And I think this is the best business I ever seen in my life. Yeah. So I want to go to the next step. I want to upgrade and make it really I have a lot of dreams about my success in Empower Network, and I want to make them true.
Yeah, awesome. Anna, will you share what those dreams are? Will you share that with everyone, maybe what one of those dreams are that you have? Because, your husband, Piotr, they're amazing. I mean, literally, she spent no money on marketing. She's just been, and she just shares what she loves. And so when I do hear people say, oh, it's hard. See our vision, right? We can really make it happy for us and make it be present for us. Piotr shared with me the other day, he's like, Rhonda, we have never seen a business model like this ever. So what are some dreams that you guys have, Anna, that's here that you want to hit?
I want to travel over the world. First of all, over to the Europe, because we have small kids. They're all under 5. So first it's Europe, and then when our kids are older, we can go somewhere else. And I want my kids to be private teaching. I don't want to send them to school. And then I just I want to help my parents because they all live in Poland and they don't work now, and I want show them world. I want to be able to travel and take my parents with me as well and show them world.
Thank you, Anna, so much. I appreciate it. I know Anna's got 3 little boys, right? And this is a woman, 3 little boys, and she's got 36 people on her basic team, and it's so cool, Justin. Anna's actually was passing. This is what I love about the power of this comp plan, right? Every 2, 4, 6, right? Anna's on your basic pass up, so you're getting her pass ups coming up to you, and that's what I just love about the way that this. If we share our team and let our team all grow together, we all, the levels that you guys are at, the levels that you're going to receive from. And Anna and Piotr just sent me a message the other day. They're like, man, Rhonda, we've been doing this now. Anna was Brian's first basic, pass up to you, but it was like it was one of her first. And they said, wow, here we are. It's time for us. We've got to upgrade. We've got all these people, right? They're only able to receive at $500 Costa Rica level. And once you get that, you start to see, oh my gosh, I can bring people in. Then it becomes powerful. You want to jump out here, Justin? I know Justin was ready to roll. All right.
Yeah, I'm just nodding my head because it makes so much sense, and I appreciate you, Anna, for popping out here, and everyone else. I also want to just congratulate everyone for participating because you can only get out the energy that you put in, and I know by sharing it in a broad perspective, especially your story, your dreams, your vision, there's like a magic inside of that, and I encourage everyone to do so. But yeah, I'm just listening. I'll kick it back to you, Rhonda.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll watch when Justin leans in, I'll know it's his turn. Because I know in order to keep us organized. Hey there, Hank, did you want to come on here, buddy?
I just wanted to say hi to all you guys. It's been so long since I talked to Justin and Jubril, and can't wait to meet all you guys in Miami. It's going to be awesome. So just want to let everybody know that's doing this that it definitely works, and this is the greatest thing that I've ever seen. I traveled and worked all kinds of jobs all over the world. And the Power Network literally saved my life. I mean, I can say that hands down, that it's the most amazing thing that anybody could ever experience. And the key to it all, from what I've seen and what I've learned, is just doing the simple things on a consistent basis and to keep it fun and simple. Most people go into it with an intensity to make it more frustrating and difficult than it needs to be, and they try to reinvent the wheel. But, just learning, listening to what you guys say and what other leaders say, and what people tell you to do who have the success you want is the key to all of it, and it's really not as difficult as most people make it out to be. But more than anything, I just want to say I miss you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys in Miami. So love you guys.
Right on, buddy. Awesome.
Yep.
I'm excited to meet you and to see you as well. It's going to be super cool. Everyone. And guys, what's going to happen in Miami, we're going to share that as well. I mean, a lot of you guys know, some of you don't. We've got some amazing stuff happening in Miami. We have an all-in house. That, we've got our all-in member sharing. We're going to have an all-in mastermind day just for our group. And of course, you have to be at the all-in masters level. Jubril is going to be sharing his, one-on-one live this, and we already rolls it out for our whole team for you to follow. And by the time you get to the event, you're going to be able to bring exact specific questions to us. I know Anders is going to be sharing. Jinhua, one of our leaders, is going to be sharing. I'm going to be sharing a lot of the knowledge that I've brought for years and years and years to really create an incredible following. And so that's going to be a kind of a bonus for you guys. It's just a sneak that one out here. Yeah, cool. Thanks for bringing that up, Hank. We're super pumped to see everyone. All right, here we go. Okay, cool. All right, so let's. Anyone else want to jump out here, guys, before we move on? So we're going to start really digging deeply into people's incomes and really what you guys want. So that we can get more connected. I know, Justin, you have the same philosophy, and, Jubril and I worked in the same company from my day one. We have always believed the same thing, is that the more we can understand and connect with our team's goals, guys, what you really want, the better we can be as leaders for you, right? You're going to be your own leader. You take this information and run with it how you want. But I tell you what, the more connected we can hear it and understand and really share the vision together, the better we can be as leaders to help point you in the right direction, because there are going to be times you're going to be, well, this is getting tough, right? And when it does get tough, you've got to be able to have a support system. And, we've got an incredible group and a team, our Love and Light crew on Justin's side, mine's the Unstoppable Tribe, right? We are so connected with each other, and the more we can share each other's dreams and goals, the better we can help point you in the right direction and really help map that out for you guys. All right, let's see. Here, I know that you're in the coffee shop, so you said I can't really jump out. I'll make you ready. Ready now?
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Hey, Renee.
Can you? Hey. How are you guys? This is awesome. We are in a coffee shop, and Michael's he's just gone to the bathroom, so he totally missed this.
I love it.
But I'm here. We're on separate computers, so yeah. Just, you know what? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, why don't you, share briefly so, everyone can hear, the more we can hear why we're here and what the goals that we've got, the more visual, everyone else can see what is possible for them.
Yeah, I mean, we started off on this adventure that we just kind of had this mission that we wanted to help people out, and we weren't sure exactly how or what we were going to do, and we just took massive action, created a website, put our story out there, and then thought, okay, what now? And, I've been following you guys for probably close to 6 months to 8 months or so, the Unstoppable family, but obviously before you got into the Empower Network, right? And it was really cool. And then one day I was on Facebook and I just introduced Mike to you, and it kind of just gelled, He and Brian started talking, and there was like this chemistry, and you guys were just so inspiring that we thought, just like you said before, model people who are getting the success that you want to have. And although we've been putting our story and stuff out there, and we love doing that, there wasn't all that much rhyme or reason to it, and that's why we're here, is to put rhyme and reason to it and to get our story out there even more, and to help other people in the midst. And hey, come on, let's make a good lifestyle for ourselves while we're doing it. So, we love this call. Is amazing because it's my weakness, it's Michael's strength is the planning. So that's why we're on separate computers. We're each taking our own notes, and it's really just awesome. And I don't know if Mike has anything to say, but he's sitting across from me right now. He's shaking his head no.
Yeah,
I'm like you, Rhonda. I'm usually the one who's more emphatic.
I love it. Thanks for sharing that. And it's really cool because that's also why you guys are blogging, and they're blogging every day. We're going to kind of give you that day-to-day activity. I call it the DMO, right? What is it that you should be doing every single day, no matter what, right? Because I call it two sides, all right? So everyone right here, I call it, we have two sides to this business. The left-hand side is, let's say, or the left brain that you should call it, right, is that's the creative side. So that's going to be where you're going to be blogging daily and really getting that piece, because the more we blog, the more our mindset stays focused into what we want, the more we start sharing our vision. So blogging daily, I say video daily, and then you're going to be sharing daily through your, through your blog, through syndicating it through social media. And then on the right-hand side, it's the marketing leg, right? It's the marketing side of your brain, or the marketing side of your business. So we've got our sharing side and our marketing side, and we've got both of those covered. And we'll share with you guys in a moment the marketing side. But every one of you guys now, it's like when you start, you start off with owning our business. You have to start off with owning that. And I share this example, Justin, quite frequently, and I was taught this a long time ago, that we have to own our full business, just like owning a full franchise. And for instance, the example of McDonald's, right? I was going to buy a franchise, right? So I couldn't have bought, let's say it was McDonald's franchise, I couldn't have bought a half of McDonald's. I couldn't have just opened the fries and the burgers first, and then once I made enough money, I was going to then get the Cokes and then open, the drive-through. And once I had enough money, then I was going to become, a full McDonald's. It doesn't work that way, right? You can't drive with a car with 2 wheels. You got to have 4 wheels. And so that's really why we're so passionate about you understanding the value of it, right? Of really owning your full business, because I'm going to move into this area, and then we'll go back to this. this whole concept of owning your business is really, it comes down to this philosophy here, which is called be, do, have. Okay? So we share so deeply about you owning your business and getting it because it makes such a difference in your results, right? It makes a difference in your results because be, do, have and owning your business is actually a mindset. And a lot of us forget, we think it's a money thing. It really doesn't have anything to do with the money because you came and you want to start your business. You've got to have your business. You've got to be able to profit from it. So this mindset, be, do, have, is really the whole philosophy behind owning your business and being successful in it. And the philosophy goes very simply, you know, be the leader now, be the full business now, do what it takes to have the results. So don't laugh at me, but before I came to this industry, I was backwards. I was a have, do, be mindset. That's what I was, have, do, be, meaning I wasn't even going to spend the first $1,000 in my first company, and you know the full investment was $25,000. I was only wanted to spend the $97 or whatever it was, $49 to be an affiliate because I figured, well, I'm good enough. I can share this stuff, right? I can sell this. I thought I got to have results first before I will be the successful business owner. And it's completely backwards because what I didn't know until I learned later is that people are going to do what you do. They're going to follow what you do. So if you are afraid or have fear or are unsure, then every person behind you is going to be the exact same way. They're going to feel that vibration energy, and if you don't want to believe in the esoteric part, they're just going to ask, what have you done? And if you're not right now believing be, do, have now, meaning I'm going to be this leader right now, I'm owning my business now, then you're going to wonder why people are not following you. Justin, you want to add to this, or Jubril as well, because I know you've got the deep understanding in this philosophy.
Cool. Am I unmuted, Rhonda?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the metaphor that you broke down with the franchise because you have to take ownership of your business. And I know that was like the determining factor for Anders. I mean, Anders was with us for quite a bit. We met over in Austin. I remember meeting Hank out there. And it was like, you know, the moment he stepped all in, it gave him like magic powers. Maybe it created the responsibility that now that I'm fully vested, that I have to make this work. There's no turning back. You know, maybe it's those connections going off. But from the moment he did that, I think within like 3 or 4 days, from the time he started to apply what he learned, he started to get results. And it's just a great example of what is possible if you're truly coachable and you're willing to, you know, not just follow our direction, but at the same time, trust in your own intuition. I mean, what really brought us here, you can call it the law of attraction, you can call it the graces of God, you can call it your own choices, but there is a purpose, I believe, that we're all gathered here, you know, this Friday afternoon or evening, or if you're watching the replay, there's a purpose behind everything that takes place in life. And to be able to share this information for, you know, Dee, who is sitting out here on the couch, because she's about to blow, you know, we got like less than 60 days before the baby Jedi comes out. And right now it's like in a cool mode because it's kind of like an alien baby. You just see all these weird movements like in the belly, you know, so we're getting super excited. But to be able to fulfill our higher purpose, which is to share this information with you, it just brings me back to the reason why we became so passionate about this business in the first place. We realized that we can help set people free mentally, spiritually, and monetarily, and basically be a great example to help uplift and empower people to live their dreams. And now we're in a position to truly be able to do that. So I'm just pondering about 2014, which is the future, because there's no telling where you can be in just 6 months from now. There's no telling where you can be 1 year from now looking back over what you've accomplished and just reminiscing or reflecting. And I realize that there's different levels of awareness, meaning, you know, you may ponder a parable or a metaphor for, you know, or a maxim over and over and over, but then all of a sudden it just sticks out and it starts to make sense and things just start to click. So I do believe there's infinite levels of awareness, and it's that awareness that we're here to help you create awareness in your life, awareness in health, awareness on how to get the traffic doing what we do on Facebook. And because they can see your screen, Rhonda, I guess you do have some more slides, but if you wanted to show them a Facebook fan page, if you wanted to pull up your fan page, that'd be a great example, just to give them an example of how we're attracting people, and maybe if you can take a little toll from the attendees here and see how many of the people that are here today came in through Facebook, because I'm just curious. And I think you're muted, sister. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Did you grab it? Were you able to grab the controls?
Okay, I got it. Did you want me to share my screen, or did you want?
Yeah, actually, it gave you the screen. So go for it, since it actually gave you the screen instead of just allowing you to see.
Absolutely, and I actually have 3 Facebook accounts. 2 of them are fairly recent for different purposes, but I'm going to log into the one that we just created literally, like, I don't know, a week or 2 ago. It's pretty new. It's my Enlightened Jedi one. And the reason I like to create these new profiles, it just goes to show you if you create a brand new presence online and you have no following and you're starting from 0, that you can actually build it. We actually figured out the cleverest way to get a following going when you're brand new. So this is just a great example of some of what's possible. Here we have 732 likes, and I think it's just one live ad. So this is basically a breakdown on a fan page where it shows you your total reach that your post or ad, whatever you want to refer to it as, has received. And on this new fan page, just organic posts that I'm not doing paid advertising with. If it's blank, that means there's just no paid traffic. It's just organic. And just to give you an idea, like 400, 300, 500, 700, and that's from a pretty new fan page. So be able to have an audience for when you share info, because here's another thing. I'm not just sharing random info with just random people and hoping I get lucky and connect. I'm targeting the audience that I want to connect with because I speak the same language as the people who read the same books as me. So oftentimes we will target, if I read a new book and I find it fascinating or very interesting, we will target people who are reading that book because there's a great chance of them having the same awareness or the same concept or thinking or contemplation inside of their mind. But what happens when you do a paid ad? Well, the truth is, depending upon your budget, you can tap into as large as an audience as you want. And again, it's not just random. You could specify the exact audience that you want to target so that when people are reading it, you get a good connection. This is something that Rhonda is really good at and talented at. This is something that Anders is really good at. This is something that Jubril and Dee are really good at, and this is why we're able to spend such a little amount of money on advertising but still net, tremendous results. So I'm going to click on this ad just to give everyone an idea. Now, this is a story ad, and this is why when we do the new member orientations and we talk about the Costa Rica Intensive and we talk about viral sustainability and we talk about the art of storytelling, that's the foundation and the basics for what we do, the ability of taking our story and then expressing it in a way where it really connects with people to get them to take action. Because what it is an ad, but it's a clever story. And it's true. There's truth in all of the story throughout, but it's the fact that it's just value that people can really appreciate. So by the time they're finished reading it, it may take 10 minutes. It may take 20 minutes. I have no idea. It's pretty long. But there's a formula that the structure follows that allows us to get, lots of people commenting or clicking on our lead capture page. So this is how we're attracting the majority of the people who join our business, and I can speak on behalf of all the leaders here with us. This is the #1 method that we're using to be able to tap into an abundance of people to get these results, and this is what we're going to be sharing with you, because ultimately we want you taking your story, which is powerful, and then celebrating your victories, but in the very beginning, you're in the same position that we were in when we joined, and we didn't have a success story, so we had to leverage off the success story of others. And now you have that opportunity to leverage with what we're presenting here. You're going to have the opportunity to leverage off of Rhonda's story, with the Unstoppable family, to leverage off of maybe Anders' story or George Breyer's story or our story or Dee's story, and basically take the content that is proven to work really well and just apply it and start to be able to generate traffic. And we'll talk about that a bit later. But in my opinion, and I'll let you jump in here, Rhonda, this is the fastest shortcut to success that I have personally seen inside the Empower Network, building the size team that we have. And it all comes down from mastery of one technique. And I just got to share this Bruce Lee quote, which will resonate with some of you. Bruce Lee, I think it was in the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, one of his books he wrote when I think he got paralyzed at some point in his life and he was writing a lot. He mentioned, I don't fear the opponent who practices 10,000 different kicks one time. I fear the opponent who practices one kick 10,000 times. And that just resonates so true, because I realize in marketing, throughout my whole career, before I even got into the internet marketing space, back when we had our real estate company and we were successful our first year, not that we had any special talent or special education, but simply because we were at the right place at the right time, I realized that you can just model after exactly what is working for us. And then, not even to mention what Jubril brought up a little earlier, that there's stuff that we're introducing to you to help really revolutionize the front end, because we've mastered the back end, and that's just easy. I mean, if you can bring in 2 new members a day, we'll have no problem helping you get people all in. That's actually easy. Now this other element is just bringing people through the front door, which in reality, once you know how to do it, it's easy. And it's once you've figured it out, it's easy to the point where you can be traveling the beaches of the world or going to Thailand for 3 weeks and not even using a computer, because your business is running for itself, because what you're doing, you're creating clone replicas of yourself. And I just want to share this one analogy before I pass it back, because I can just rant on and on. But I realize as marketers, we create a blog, we create a video, we create a story on a Facebook ad. We just created a clone replica of ourselves. So when we're sleeping, our website and our story is just converting sales left and right. And it don't matter if we're in Thailand. It don't matter if we're with our family in Florida. It don't matter if we're in the Canary Islands. It don't matter if we're sleeping or astral traveling. We can still build a business getting paid to do what we love. And that's the bigger picture here. I want you to really sink into your mind, because once you have awareness of what I'm sharing right here in this one element of this one metaphor, everything in your life can just transform. So it's not, and Jubril talks about this a lot, it's not who does something first, it's who does something the right way. And here you have an opportunity to really do things the right way and to have our guidance and mentorship along the way. So I'm just super, super excited, but if you want to butt in here, Rhonda.
Yeah, I dig it. No, and Jubril, you can jump in here too. It looks like Jubril's ready to engage.
Yeah, there was definitely, like Justin just kind of triggered my mind.
Yeah.
I was actually I was like, I'm running on like fumes, but like he just triggered my mind, and I'm like, now I'm all amped up, because it takes me back to, I forgot the young lady's name who was speaking in the beginning of the call when she said, it's difficult to do, like she was saying, it was difficult to do these things, but it's worth doing it. And for me, I was just thinking in my head, it's really not difficult. Maybe there's some learning curve to learn, but just like when Justin was saying, like Bruce Lee said, when you practice something enough, then it becomes easy. And like Justin was saying, before, we actually both were like, maybe the back end is hard because we have been growing as people along the way too. We used to actually struggle with making the higher level sales until we raised our awareness, we raised our education, surrounded ourselves with different people, and then it became easy. Something that just with a slight shiftment of a little education and applying it, it was just like things shifted overnight. And that's the same thing for you listening right now. You might think this is so difficult, like first learning how to ride a bike. Oh my God, that looks so scary. I don't want to fall. It's so difficult. That's for the big kids. That's just so out of my league. I can't do it. But when you get on it, it's just like, damn, that's so easy. Why is it taking me so long? But there's so many things in life we say is so difficult, so hard. But when we get it down, it's just easy. And other people just look around like, how are you doing this? How are you riding your bike? How are you doing that? It's just because they're in the game and making it happen. Most people, they never really get in the game to give themselves a real chance. Some people I know, it doesn't matter if they spend $3,000 on a business. They're like, if it works, it works. Like, I knew when Anders did it, it was a complete, I have to do this. I just sold my stove. I'm literally not going to eat if I don't make my business work. I need a new stove. And that's how serious, as funny as it is, I mean, he sold his stove, but that's how serious he was about his business. Sometimes I feel people, for me, I know in my life, it was like, I am going to make this work. There's no other way. Like, there's just no other way. And I already saw it. Like, I got to kind of taste how good life can be. I was around people, and it was like, there's no way. There's no way. I'd rather die before I go back to a regular life. There's no way. It's just so whack to live a regular life. I mean, there's no, regular life's cool for some people, but for me and the people I surround myself with, and I'll say it out loud for them, I am not here for a regular life. Life could be here today and gone tomorrow. I have friends who are like here one day and they're gone tomorrow, and it's like I'm gonna do the best that I can do to live my life while I'm still here. 'Cause you don't know when you're not gonna be here anymore, and so I'm gonna make the best of my time. I'm not gonna sit around and say, what if, I was reading the other day, it was like, what are the biggest regrets when nurses were taking surveys of people, and for what the top 5 things that they regret, and they were telling them their surveys, number 1 was regret of not living the life that they wanted to live. They lived their life dictated by the opinions of others, and they were so afraid to just do what they actually wanted to do, say what they wanted to do, express themselves the things that they believed. It was that was one of the biggest regrets, that they died with everything they wanted to do inside of them. And so that was one of the big, and the next thing was they worked too much and too hard, and before they looked up, their life was over. They had their legs all they got too old and they couldn't use their legs, just the physical thing. And I think the third thing was just time with the loved ones and family, people that you care about, people that will love you, rich or poor. And that was one of the biggest regrets. And until you can control your life and your schedule, you cannot really have those things. And it's life is not fair, but it's the people who actually figure it out, that's who can bend the universe and make it do what they want to do. And it's here in front of you if you're willing to take the action. On a business standpoint, Empowered Network is so solid. There's nothing else like it. Everyone else tries to copy Empowered Network. Oh, 100% commission, this, and that. Something's coming out every week to try and emulate Empower Network. Empower is never oh my God, we want to be like this, or we're doing this to be like them. Every other company out there is doing something to be oh my God, we're going to be the next Empower. We're going to be the next Empower. And so it's we are the standard. And when you look at the amount of traffic the site gets, I mean, on par with Major League Baseball, NBA.com, FedEx, major sites, And when you look at 200,000, employees, I mean, not employees, associates, that have enrolled, 40,000 active, within the company. I think right now, Empower Network's 158, right? Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. 158 most visited website in the United States of America. 158. That's absolutely, insane. And when you have something like the information of Facebook, I want to talk a little bit more about how the whole mindset of Facebook and why it works so well. When you have someone that actually gets on Facebook, they're there for friends and family. They're not really there to buy anything, really to join a business. Maybe a few are, but they're just there to hang out. And on Facebook, they might put their favorite books, right? They put their favorite books in their interest. They put who maybe their favorite authors are. They'll like, maybe someone likes Wayne Dyer, right? And they're going to go and like his fan page. Maybe someone likes Deepak Chopra, and they're going to go and like his fan page. And so I'm getting a little advanced here, but I just want you to kind of understand how simply you can get in front of people just like you that will just join your business without any force because they want to be with you. They're just looking for you to get in front of them. And so let's take, for example, someone who's a fan of Wayne Dyer, right? They hit the like button on Facebook, and they're giving you Facebook an incredible amount of information about who they are. Because Facebook, we know exactly how old you are, we know exactly what country you live in, and we know the kind of things that you're into. So when we write our ads, we're not, placing our ads and targeting, because Facebook has the special things that we're going to teach you a little bit later on, because I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of it. But so say you're a Wayne Dyer fan, right? And you're on Facebook, and then you see this ad all about law of attraction and the same kind of things that you're into. It's not by coincidence. Brian and Rhonda's ads show up, and then maybe you're into 4-hour work week, and their ad pops up right on your page. Or if you're on Justin's page, and he's talking about, upside down lotuses, and, you see him, meditating here with the monks, and he's talking about chakras and meditation, and you're into that stuff, it's no coincidence. It's because we know how to target the people. And why do we do that? Because we want people just like us in our business. It's not like we don't love the whole world, kumbaya. We love the whole world, but to make our businesses run better and make them run fun, because we want our business to be fun. We want your business to be fun. And so we target people just like us, so it's a free-flowing experience. And so when we set up ads, we put, okay, Facebook, we want to target people who are fans of Wayne Dyer because these will be the most relatable to me. And there's a lot of different mechanical things on how to do it. I'm just kind of giving you the gist, so it's not a coincidence. It's a very structured kind of format, and we run it like clockwork, and that's why you don't need – so see if we were targeting maybe something like CNN, right? We might need to go through 40,000 views compared to only 1,000 views or even 500 views of Deepak Chopra's or Wayne Dyer's versus 40,000 views just targeting something broad like CNN. And so that's the difference, and we can really laser target it. And the thing is, it not only applies to this, I don't care if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you like pets and horses, you can go in and take this information and apply it, to your business and scale up your business. I guarantee that. I guarantee it doesn't matter if you're a surgeon or whatever it is, what kind of business, ideas will spark in your mind when you get the blueprint of how to actually effectively market on Facebook. And you can go and take, this is $1 million skill set right here. So that's pretty much what kind of got me fired up right now. And yeah, I'll pass it back.
You gonna go? No. Yeah.
Awesome. Rhonda, did you want to jump in, or do you want me to?
No, it's good. I wasn't sure if you were coming out, you were muted or not. But no, I love it because Jubril's like really giving you guys a teaser of what, really what it is, the training that he gives. How many hours do we have right now of exact step-by-step hours? I mean, of how to do it. And this isn't just listen and listen training. This is do this training.
Exactly. I think we have over a dozen hours. This is another fan page that I brought up, if you can still see the screen. This one we created approximately 6 months ago or so, from zero, meaning we created the fan page specifically and even the profile. And now we have like 21,000 likes. So you can create a very good following. I'm talking about like a celebrity status following in a very short period of time with what we're sharing with you. And I just want to show you some of the results, because this one we've had much longer, so we have more examples from different ads. But typically organically, just organic following, like a post will get anywhere from 1,000 to, some of them 2,000 people to see them. That's why I like to post something fresh, the same way Rhonda and Brian are always sharing like a fresh photo, or we go on vacation, we take lots of pictures because we can use them, and a picture can be worth a lot of money, which is pretty cool. Let's keep scrolling down. I want to show you a paid ad. Keep going down. You'll notice this one's paid because it shows you the reach from doing paid traffic, 147,000. And I just want to show a few other examples. And we'll kick things into high gear here, top of the hour. This one, 18,000. This one, 244,000 from using our paid reach. Let's see, one or two more. This one, 232,000 with a paid reach. And you'll notice not everything we do is paid. It's a good percentage of, like, I'm guessing maybe 7, 8 free things, maybe even a dozen free things, and then throwing in, and this is the formula that we're going to teach you, basically what we do, 349,000. And if you add this up, this is a reach of millions. I mean, this is literally a celebrity status reach, so it's no coincidence, being able to sponsor a lot of people is just because we've been able to present ourselves in front of the right group of audience, and be able to control the environment. This one is a classic one. So many team members join from this, because it's just written really well. But 700, or 808,000 people have seen this ad, which, makes things, and I'll just click on it just to give an example of some of the results that a single ad can create. Written very well with, a very intriguing picture. And you see here 714 shares, and it leads me back to viral sustainability, which meaning having other people share your stuff with their list and having those people share it. So you're tapping into an audience even if you don't have it yet. If you can provide the right content to the right people, it can go very viral. And check out the comments. This is crazy. 690 comments, and these are just random. And if you read them, just like randomly here, your story is so inspiring. I've never done yoga or anything like that. I'm checking out your website. All this interaction is great because it's social proof. And I also use this in my formula, and there's somebody at the door, so if you want to jump in here, Rhonda, and I'm going to see who this is.
Yeah, certainly. I'm not sure where he was going with it. About the viral sustainability. I mean, because the more people, guys, that are seeing your ad, that are supposed to see it, right, that look at your story, and we target the keywords appropriately, the more people are going to share. What happens is, just kind of highlighting viral sustainability, is that now we are able to reach. You guys are going to learn how to reach people, and then you've got now their friends, because they just shared the stories, it inspired them. Which, let's say that person might have 3,000 or 5,000 friends. So with 700 shares, now you're not only targeting, let's say, 1 million people through different avenues. Now you're reaching way more. That's why we've been able, because of really the knowledge that Jubril find and he shared our all-in group, exactly how to write the right story, how to get it out there, how to keyword appropriately. That's why we're getting people like, not just he went all in, went to the event, and he just made $1,500 in Empower because he said, all I've done is implemented exactly what you're teaching. And that was within less than a month. He made that much. So it's because we are teaching everyone that's fake, and I've seen made that kind of money ever in network marketing. It's just fresh. So
awesome.
Powerful.
Great example. And if you don't mind, by show of hands, raise your hand if you came in specifically from a Facebook ad, meaning if you discovered your sponsor and joined the Empower Network via Facebook. I'm curious the ratio of people who did come in. And I also understand if you're using an iPad, you probably can't even raise your hand, so also figure a few for that. But I'd love to see if you can let me know, Rhonda.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I would say more than half came in through Facebook.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
So super powerful stuff, and I hope you're excited to be learning this. I guess we can start rolling it out, but I just want to break down some numbers real quick, some more. A very common income goal is, let's say, $10,000 a month. Another common one is $30,000 a month because it's just $1,000 a day if you break it down, $1K a day. And so I'm going to show you the formula if you're all in, how fast that can become a reality real briefly. So let's say there's two examples. Let's just say you're at the $500 Costa Rica intensive level, or you're at the, I'll just write all-in level, where you can earn $4,625 maximum per customer if you were qualified to do so. And let's say your goal is just $10,000 a month, and we can just pull out a calculator and do some basic math. 10,000 and divide that by $625, which is the maximum amount of commission you could earn if you're just at the Costa Rica intensive level. And that will show you basically 16 sales if I did the math right there. Yeah, 625. So let me write that here. You'd need 16 sales to hit 10K. Now let's do the all-in level, and I mean it's simple math. It's approximately 2, but I guess we can say 3 sales, and I'll just run the math here to keep it simple. 10,000 divided by 4,625. Also, we're not considering pass-ups and roll-ups, but just the basic idea. And it says here 2.1, but knowing we pass up the second sale, let's just say 3, basically 3 all-in sales will net you, 10K plus a month. So the question becomes, do you think it's easier to get, 16 CRI sales or, 3 all-in sales to hit 10K a month? And, 16 is doable. I mean, we've done that in a month, but it took quite a while to get up there. I just want to be realistic. It's unrealistic to think you're going to do that in 1 or 2 months. You'd have to work up towards that. But it is realistic, Rhonda, for somebody to take action and get all in and become the next Anders, and get 3 all-ins and, hit $10,000 a month, or maybe even blow those numbers away. I know Anders has, but this is just to give people a basic conception of what they need to do to get there. I just want to show one more example at the 30K mark, and we run the same math. 30,000 is the goal, which would change most people's lives, because I believe I saw a statistic where an extra $5,000 a month would seriously change like the majority of people's lives. So this is kind of like, do whatever the heck you want to do and enjoy life, like on your own terms type of lifestyle. And I think everyone here is able to attain that if they have a desire strong enough and willing to persevere. So 30,000, and we divide that by, let's do the same math, 625 if you're at the Costa Rica level, and that would take, 48 CRI sales approximately, not considering roll-ups and pass-ups. But then we do the same thing, 30,000, and we divide that by, 4,625, which would be the maximum return per customer that you'd be able to get once you're all in. and if we round up here, about, let's just say seven all in sales. Now, I can say 48 Costa Rica sales in a month is not realistic. I don't think we've ever done that. But I can tell you, you can get 7 all-in sales in a month. I mean, you can do that in a week and then take off for 3 weeks and go to Thailand and hang out with Jubril if you really wanted to. So I hope this sheds some perspective that it doesn't require a lot of sales to generate a lot of money if you're qualified to get the maximum, return on investment.
Yeah, Justin, that's powerful for everyone to really, that's usually the missing formula that people, that they question. Well, what's it going to take if I stay here? Well, we share a bit about the whole be do have and why owning your business is so vital. Now, let's just roll this out. Let's really share with them what it is how you're going to get there. Because, see, again, you might get the numbers right now, but you've got to be able to get the people in the door. And that's what Jubril is so amazing at, and why he has taken, several Saturdays to give us the exact formula. And Justin, myself, Brian, Dee, of course, and I know George have allowed now those that do decide to really be powerful and decide to go all in, that you're able to utilize and leverage our story. And I'm going to we'll be able to share that here. Justin, let's put your screen back up there real quick, because that way we can show them what you were showing them, the all-in stuff, so they can see it.
Right on.
Yeah, and Jubril, if you would like to even, I'll share the first half, because this is kind of this is stuff that you created and the knowledge that Jubril shares. And what we've now decided to do, this is August, Jubril's like, listen guys, I want to let this go. I want to release this information to only our team so that we can have the highest duplicating team in the company, right? That's my goal. I know that we've got some big goals together. And he's like, this is how we're going to do it. You guys have stories that are powerful that we can leverage, and I want to share that information. And that's what we've been doing, is building this since August. And now, in Jubril, you come out and share with them what, you don't have to give them the details. Of course, it's all here. But we are rolling exactly out what we do and allowing you to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem. So in part one, and why, I'll just kind of talk about why this happened too. Number one, it's a time thing. Time is always limited. And, time is limited to spend with your loved ones. Time is limited, to spend with your kids. Time is limited to go out and have fun. There's only time to do so many things. And, and for me specifically, that's why I work specifically with, the best people that I can think of. And so instead of working with a lot of people, I was like, hey, I will just work with a select group of partners that I can best effectively manage my time and kind of bounce off each other. And so for me, flat out, I'm a very just logistical kind of person. It doesn't make any sense for me to train a new person, one-on-one, Facebook marketing, because, they just, speaking humbly, most people can't afford the rates that it costs to learn Facebook marketing one-on-one, from me. But we're running into a problem of, okay, we have serious people that want to learn these skills and deserve to learn these skills, but we're bringing way too many people to actually teach people one-on-one. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't teach people on a one-on-one basis all the Facebook marketing. And then we're all masterminding together on how can we effectively teach people what it is that we know, but then also only a certain group of people that are going to take it serious. Because, like I was saying in the beginning, we've put hundreds of thousands of dollars, into marketing, into research, into, education, going to seminars, going to webinars flying across the world just for like a weekend to learn. You know, I flew to like all over the world just for a 3-day conference to learn, like from specific Google conferences, like all different types of things. And so it's like I really cherish a lot of the things that, you know, in my brain. And so I don't treat them lightly. And, you know, they have created some phenomenal results. But we wanted, and we realized, though, in order for the whole team to grow, we need to give them effective training. Not to just, oh, this is what they say this is working, they say that is working, but what it is we're actually doing to make our money. What is the specific things that we're doing right now making us money? Not something that works 8 months ago, not something that worked, you know, 4 months ago, whatever. What is it that we are doing right now? What are we spending our own money on that's working, right? Because we've tried solo things and they don't produce the way that, you know, and so we won't tell you guys to go do something that we are not doing ourselves, that we're not putting, you know, our money in. And so we were like, but how can we effectively do this? And we came up with a platform to do with group setting. And so it can also, each other in the group can coach each other, and then so we can effectively share it. But then also small enough, so it's because we have 1,700 people on the team, we can't effectively coach people. Like if you have a classroom, right, a teacher might have 20 people in a classroom, 11 people in a classroom, but once you have 60 people in the classroom, it's not as effective. People can't interact. People can't do it. So we said, how can we make it effective and have people have results? So we can have, you know, people in the class. There's some people in the classes that get A's, okay? There's some people that get B's and some people that get C's. And that's the same as when we do things. But we know if we have 50 people in the class, in one class, it's just a big mess. So that's it. It's just a numbers thing. Like in Justin, we have the perfect example. I'll let you share it because you have the hair like the guy if you want to share that example. Hello, Hanale. And so that was the main thing. And for us, we knew the team needed to grow. Is because when the team grows, we want the team to outproduce us. Ryan and Rhonda, nothing will make them happier is when the team is outproducing them. Nothing will make Justin and Dee happier when the team is outproducing them. Nothing is going to make Jin, you know, happier. Nothing is going to make Anders happier. Nothing is going to make George Breyer happier when their teams are outproducing them. And that is the most, because yes, we're living great lives, but nothing makes us happier. We can't brag about something more enough when we have people that come in and take the information, and now they're taking their families on vacation. Now they're meeting us around the world. That's what we dream about. It's not as fun when you don't have people winning with you. There's no, like, I mean, it's like, for me and like my family, it's like, I take my family, like, a lot of places I go. Like, I fly them around the world because it's not as fun doing things without the people that you love. And so we said, you know, we love our team, but we only want to work with the most serious and most committed people. And that's where it came. And so what we share in here is step by step exactly what it is, you know, we do. I mean, step by step. And that's why, like, each video is like 4 hours long, because we're going through it and breaking it down step by step. Okay, why should you select this keyword? Why should you use this type of picture? Why should you do this? Why should you do that? And not only that, then we have people come out on these calls and ask, okay, I don't understand this quite specifically. Can you slow down and break it down for me? Because it's just like, it's not, you know, it's like a school classroom, but like, you know, the top school in the world. And so in the classroom, you can get the textbook, right? But when you just have the textbook by yourself, there's some things you just don't understand. You just need that little bit of clarification, and that's what we do for you, you know, on these live webinars. And I'll let even, you know, Justin and Rhonda, you know, break down even how we go above and beyond just on the live webinars to take it that extra, you know, bit further. But we're just pretty much step by step of the exact stuff that we're doing. And then I'll let you know, things evolve, right? 2 years ago, all I was pretty much doing was YouTube. YouTube was absolutely crushing it. And now it's Facebook's time. But the thing is, the more successful you are, the more successful we are. So when things evolve, we're going to let you know what exactly it is that we're doing, because the more money you make, the more money we make. And it's not, like I said, I'm a very logical guy. It's not rocket science. My stuff is not inside the Empower Networks training. It doesn't benefit me directly. So yes, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not going to go and do that because it doesn't benefit me directly. And I want to help the whole world. But also, some of the training, we have to limit it so it stays effective for, the amount of people. It's just a mathematical thing. And we calculate how many people can we logically let in to make sure it still works for everyone. And so that's it. It's just everything's so logically mathematical. And if we could save the whole world, we could. But we only can save like the most, not even save, because the people that actually make it work, they do all the work. They just follow the directions. So everyone, when you hear from Anders, they deserve all the credit in the world because they go out there and make it happen. Plus, I know for a fact, Anders, when he wakes up, it's the time he goes to sleep, he's trying to figure out new things. Same with that. All the other leaders that you hear about on the team, they work their butts off. You might hear Justin, you might hear him talking about more vacations now, like going on Thailand for 3 weeks. But I guarantee, and I know this for a fact, this man worked his ass off till he couldn't, he works until he couldn't sleep. And then you can take your foot off the gas. But not until you get exactly where you want to be. And that's it. I won't tell you this is going to be easy and you're not going to have to bust your ass. That's just not the kind of, you're going to have to, it's a new skill set. You're going to have to put everything that you have into this. And then once you start, whatever, 6 months from now, a year from now, it's all worth it. I mean, to have, the life of freedom, that's the kind of thing that we give you. No one else has the blueprint like we do, and nobody else is willing to share it. And so, I mean, that's all I really have to say. I mean, just step by step.
Powerful, brother. It's like, who needs Harvard or Yale anymore? It's like, we'll teach you to make a lot more money in a lot less time and go through a lot less of the headaches without going in debt, right? And without putting up with all those shenanigans. We'll just teach you what we're using right now, So it's just like, I don't even feel like school is a worthy option anymore. It's just like, come join the Empower Network. It's kind of the angle I'm coming from. How
I
I
should have
feel.
known that far into grad school. I'm still paying.
Oh, man. And so these are the bonuses. I mean, we recorded these, like Jubril said, some of these are literally 4 hours. This is a 220-minute training, but it's a step-by-step interactive webinar teaching people what to do from the time of setting up your very first fan page. So this training was designed for people with no experience, so it's super simple to follow. And there's part 2, which is another 144 minutes. There's part 3, which is 166 minutes. And, of course, every month, Rhonda and I are adding new exclusive all-in training because we realize, as Jubril said, we want to save the world. We want to help everyone. But it's like even Jesus could only choose 12 disciples because his time was limited. And he realized if I did it the right way, which he did, Christianity would become, as big as it is today, or at least the teachings of Christ, I should say, because I don't know if Christ really created Christianity, but he definitely passed on some incredible knowledge because he had an understanding of how mentorship really works. And we want to now share these seeds with you, which you're going to learn through these videos. So this is the offer. And can you still see my screen, Rhonda? I want to make sure you can see these notes here. And just give me a yeah whenever.
Yeah, you're good, brother.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah,
this
you're good, bro.
is what we're going to do for you. We have something that we do during these business plans to really get the next group of leaders to really step up. And so we're going to hand over our all-in training, which the only way to access this is a password-protected page, FYI. But once you decide to get all in, we actually give you access to all this training. So not only do you get like the how to implement, go do ABC, but you get everything. And it also, I'll just break it down from the beginning. Before you get anything, you actually got to sign an NDA. It's a non-disclosure agreement, which basically just protects the information, you know, that we had to get out in the trenches, invest in hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I don't know how many seminars or events that Rhonda and Jubril had to go to be able to, you know, do what it is that they do today. But I can tell you it probably cost them a ton of money and time. All you need to do is sign the NDA, and we're just handing you over everything we have, but we do ask you to respect our intellectual property and not just go out there and share it, but you only have our permission to share this if you are all in, and you can share it with your team members whom you put in the business who are also all in, so you can actually share this information with your all-in team as you build it, so you don't have to go out there and do all the training all by yourself. You can just focus on the one thing that matters at the end of the day, helping two people get started. So we also give you a website, and we have different ones for different leaders. If Brian and Rhonda are your sponsor, you're going to have one tailored to them. If George Breyer or Jin Hua is your sponsor, you can use a page tailored towards them. But this is an overall perspective of what it looks like. This is Jess Keenan's right here. But you're going to have the same capture page that we use right now to generate leads on Facebook because we know it works. Super simple, and you don't have like 30,000 people inside Empower Network using the same page, because something we realize is being unique and different is a beautiful gift if you leverage it the right way. So we've actually negotiated our website builder, which it actually cost me $300 to build this, but because it's a replica and the only difference is it's going to be coded to your AWeber or coded to your autoresponder, so that when people, you know, you generate a lead, that it goes to you and not me. And he's willing to replicate these sites for our all-in team for $40, which is pretty much cost. He's doing it as a favor. So you'll have the opportunity to not only, you know, get our training, but actually have our capture page, which is a big deal. And I can tell you, I've marketed dozens of different capture pages in the last 2 years being with Empower, and they're all not created equal. Something I realized, if I have a targeted message with a targeted audience, my conversions are going to be unusually high. So now you have that same opportunity to do the same thing. We also have a training on setting up your autoresponders. We have a little short training, I believe Anders did this, which walks you through setting up your web form if you're using AWeber so that you have your autoresponder connected. These webinars are going to break down over a dozen hours of very highly qualified material. And then we get into the very exciting stuff. And again, this goes for all our leaders. I know Brian and Rhonda have their own unique ads, which is awesome. So depending on who your sponsor is, you can use the ad of your choice. And basically, when we share these ads, they're written for the team. These are ads Jubril is personally writing. And let me tell you, people pay Jubril upwards of $20,000 to hang out for 2 or 3 days to pick his brain, and now you have one of the best copywriters that I know in the world writing your content for you so that you can just share the ad, so it leaves less room for error and just faster, quicker results. See, ultimately, we want you to have your own story because there's a magical power in that will help you get to the next level. But phase 1, just getting started, we want you to leverage off of our story because we have the success story. People will listen. Unfortunately, the way our society is set up, people do not listen to you unless you make a lot of money or you have a lot of respect, which you can gain over years of providing value and building a list online and blogging and so forth. But we're actually going to teach you all of this. We're going to give you the Facebook ads that we're using to really dominate Facebook and be top income earners in Empower Network. You're getting our capture pages. You're getting the training. You're getting photos, and this is just an example of something else that we give you because we realize every ad needs a really good photo. So, you know, Rhonda, Brian have excellent photos. We have these awesome photos, and we're updating this because most of our attention for 2014 is going into this group of select leaders that we can focus our attention on, because we're looking, you know, and not to sound facetious, but we want to become the next Jesus and teach our master thesis. And that's just setting you free. We want to find our next group of serious entrepreneurs who are willing to meet us halfway, because I can tell you that oftentimes we're more serious than a lot of you out there, and when we have that, it's a problem. And if you were more serious than us, that could also lead to problems. But when we're just as serious as helping you attain your dreams as you are for helping you to attain your own dreams, and we can meet halfway, we can truly uplift you and really, you know, get the results that we are all seeking. So something that we're going to do, typically we run these for about 7 days, and within that time frame, for those who decide to step up and get all in, not only do you get like everything we shared with you, but it goes on. And I'm going to let Rhonda jump in because there's some exclusive bonuses that she's giving away in Miami. And I just want to throw a disclaimer. They're doing the 2-day mastermind, which I think is awesome, and I think everyone should attend that. I will not be there, and it's because, you know, EN Leadership Council, the 2 days before an event, the entire day from the time we wake up till the time we go to bed in the evening, I just know their schedule. We're preoccupied because we have these leadership responsibilities, so we may not be able to be there at all for the mastermind, but I want you to break down some of the things we're going to do. I know we're going to extend it because it's like Christmas coming up, Rhonda. We want to do things a little bit differently. Instead of just ending this promo on the 20th, we're going to give everyone a couple extra days until midnight of the 22nd, and I'm going to jot this down. Deadline equals midnight of the 22nd of this month to get all in and get everything I just mentioned, plus what Rhonda's about to mention, and that will allow me time to think about all the other things that we're giving you as well. We want to really make this a no-brainer. Positions are limited as well. I believe we have like close to 50 people watching this right now, so I say we can do this for like 21 people max, because this is not just like our personal team, this is our entire team. If you're on our team, it don't matter who your sponsor is, you can plug into this and get some of these incentives, and I'll kick it back to you, Rhonda, and then we'll go over a few more of the cool
okay,
things.
Sounds really good. And there's one thing, though, that we have to highlight before I even talk about just the fun things that you're going to get by, you know, moving forward, because again, remember guys, this is the end of the year business plan. There's a reason why we're doing it. There's a number of you guys here that actually didn't take us up on the last offer. There's some of you guys that were like, oh, I didn't do it. Well, we really want you to realize that this is really the only time you're going to have this opportunity, because 2014, we really are focusing on this elite group, that group. And so we're allowing you, that's why we allowed you actually to come here if you had already had a business plan, so you can take this up on this offer. But there's one thing too, Justin, we have to make sure that we let everyone know. Justin, myself, and Brian are very willing to do something that no other group does in this whole company. I know George and Jen as well, because they probably have some people here. And anyone that's here, your people, your sponsor agrees to what we share, is that we are actually also willing to, we are giving away over $1,400 of our own personal profit that no one has ever done. No one ever does. And this is what I mean, is that there's 14, 88, 11 exactly. And what we do, and this is what we mean, is that the way our compensation plan works is that you certainly make your very first master sale of your own, and how the comp plan works is that very second one will pass up to your personal sponsor. Well, being in this industry as long as I have, I've realized that cash flow is king, and that it kind of hurts, that first big profit that you get, and you save it, and the second one you have to give away. So what Justin, myself, and all the other leaders have agreed upon is that for those of you that take us up on this opportunity here, this will never, ever be offered to you here again, ever again. Only brand new people this will be now offered to. This is the last only time that we're actually going to do it. We said this before, the last group, but because it's the very end, we want everyone to have this opportunity that the others have had this whole year. And that is your second master sale that would have passed up to Justin, myself, or your sponsor we personally are going to give you half of that profit we receive back to you. So $1,488.11. We love 8s and 11. I love 8s. Justin loves 11. Jubril loves both. And that's what we're willing to do for you guys, is because we know the value of cash flow and of building your business, and we want you to know that we want you to build your business. We care about how you build your business and the longevity that you have. We know that when you make your first sale and then your second one, now you're going right into the black immediately, because in Empower Network, one sale pays you back, right, completely if you're so that I want to make sure that this is like the only time that they're going to ever see this opportunity again, is to get us to give them some of our profits. Okay, so here's the fun stuff, though, is we do have some really great bonuses that you guys are going to get that no one else gets, and unless you're all in. We do have the mastermind in Miami coming up. It's actually, we have an all-in house with a big, huge, gorgeous mansion right on the water. Our house looks at downtown Miami. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right now the house is full of all our current all-in members, but what we do have is we have a need of people that want to be there. So what we're doing is just for the group is if you do go all in by the 22nd, you are going to actually get a ticket to go to that event. You're not going to pay the $300 that the others are paying. You guys are actually going to get to go to that event, and it's an extra added little bonus that we're going to offer to you, that you're going to be able to be there on just that on that Friday. You are going to be able to join myself, Jubril, Anders, Jen, that are going to be teaching the things that we're good at, right? You're going to be able to start learning the Facebook marketing, and you are going to join us that day, just on that Friday. There's others that are being part of the whole interaction. We've got a full day on Thursday, and also all the way there till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So there's others that are paying $300 to be there, to be part of all of it. And for you here, you guys get to come directly for just that mastermind day on Friday by going all in. We also have, last event was our Orlando event. We have a full day of all of the recordings and all the footage. You're all going to get access to that footage, over 8 hours worth of full footage of everything we did in Orlando, which was really my full branding workshop. 4 weeks of my workshop was put into one full day. How to really deeply craft your story. I mean, just Jubril goes into it in his trainings, but now we're talking about branding as well, and how to really create a branded image, how to attract customers to you, how to create your videos, how to create video series, how to call them to action properly. And we did that whole day. Jen did a full mindset mastery. Then we had even a guest, Robert Mercado, came. And so we've got all of that, those recordings that you guys are going to get access to as well. And we do have a couple special guests on that Friday mastermind day that you guys are having access to, which is Christina Munoz is going to be coming over for that day to share her email marketing techniques. I know John Chapman said he's like, I'm definitely going to be there no matter what, give me a space and a time. He wants to share some wisdom with you guys. John Penberthy was supposed to be there, and he told me today he's going to go to another event. So I always find a couple additional people to come in, and not just to share their wisdom, but to really interact with them. So this Friday specifically, you guys are going to really be able to fully be not only learning, but interacting with the leaders, taking your videos. You're going to be shooting testimonial videos that day. And then it's going to include, of course, a lunch, and we have a lunch included in that. And then everyone's going to have transportation from the all-in house to the event that I'm going to have set up for everyone. So, that's certainly worth, quite a bit. Just the value of being there alone is worth that much. So, so let me see. Let me look and make sure I got all that right there, Justin. Yeah, I think is there anything more that we are missing? I know there's a couple other things that you and I.
Yeah, like I kind of just said it but didn't write it, but like the monthly webinars we do for the all-in team, exclusive rights to our ads, which we give you, our images, our brand, our capture page, pretty much everything that we use to get the results that we we're just giving it to you and showing you how to use our stuff to get it quick. Then you can create your success story, and then like Anders, start sharing your own story and start connecting with the people you resonate with. One of the beauties is that we're all different and unique in our own ways. And, you know, like George Breyer loves Harley Davidson and like death metal, right? I'm not into that, but he can connect with Harley Davidson lovers like I cannot. And so he can be very successful plugging into his audience. And I feel we're all the same way. We all have special gifts and abilities about us that make us great and unique. And so once we can help you have your first success story, you know, I want you to write your first blog post or shoot your first video about getting 1,400, you know, whatever, 8811 back cash back for reaching your second master's. I want to have your success story shared across the airwaves of the Empower Network. I want to be on stage sharing your story of how it inspired me to get to the next level and continue to do what we do. And that's what everyone really has that opportunity here. And I do also believe that you can just make a commitment. Even if you don't know how you're going to do it, you can make a commitment and a decision that you will, and it's like the universe realigns its planets. You can be sleeping, using your unconscious resources, just manifesting magic into your reality. And that's what I believe in. I believe in alchemy. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe that you are destined for greatness. I believe that we're here for a purpose, and now it's just time for those that this message resonates with, just time for you to really step up and make a decision that will transform your life right now, right here. And if you're up for it, Rhonda, I'd love to have some people out that have just made that decision that they're going to be all in, they're going to be in Miami, they're going to learn our Facebook strategies, they're going to focus on the one technique, and they're never going to deviate from the plan until they're generating $30,000 a month and living a life of freedom, how they attain, you know, freedom in their definition in their book. But I'll stop ranting right there.
No, it's awesome. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear that. So put your hand up, guys. I know there's, we put your hand up. You guys are like, yeah, I'm definitely moving forward. I know Jess is yesterday just came out. She's like, calls me, Rhonda, I'm going all in right now. She's super pumped. She's like, should I wait till Friday till I hear all the bonuses that you guys are giving away, or should I just go for it? And she went for it yesterday. Jess, you want to come out and share how excited you were? She was so pumped. It was like 2 in the morning for me, and she's, you know, she's like, I'm going all in, and it was just awesome. Hey, girl.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really, really excited. I did not realize that there was going to be all these extra bonuses. I'm awesome.
Special thing for you.
To go to Miami, I just went all in. I'm looking to be there. I actually work that weekend. I'm working on a switch, but I'm going to make it happen no matter what.
Jess was actually in the All-In House in Orlando.
Yep.
And so you just share the value that you received from that, because she came back and she's like, oh my God, I'm on fire. I'm going for it.
Absolutely. You walk away with a ton of content, but the connections that you made with the people that were there is priceless. Not only can I put a face to a name, truly, but I have a support system. Not that I didn't before, but I have a support system that's stronger than it ever could have been had I not met the people in person. Life-changing, entirely life-changing, truly.
All right, sister. Well, I'm so super pumped for you. I'm excited to see you in Miami as well. Congrats. All right, hey, Rochelle, congratulations. What's up with you?
Hey, can you hear me?
You ready to rock and roll?
Oh, yeah. I'm so ready. I'm going to do whatever I can. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I believe in it with all my heart and soul. I've been wanting this a really long time, and I just feel it deep inside. I feel it burning deep and hard, and I'm coming through with it. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to make this happen.
Way to go. Super excited for you. I can feel your energy. I'm excited. Are you coming to Miami as well?
Yeah, you betcha. I got my tickets. I got my flights. I got everything. I'm ready.
Right on. Well, the moment you pull that trigger, I'll get that message. It says, okay, make sure she's on the list, and she has the address for Friday's mastermind. It's all, you'll be on that list.
I can see my name there now, so it's going to happen. I'm going to make this happen.
Way to go. Super pumped for you. Awesome. Cool. Good for you.
Thanks, love.
Scott Spirals, what's up, big fella? You unmute yourself. I just saw your hand pop on up there. You're still muted. You got to unmute yourself. There you go. You're live, bro. I think you're muted. He's trying to unmute himself. Congrats, Scott. Actually, we've worked with Scott for years in our past companies, and just recently he's like, all right, you guys, I got to come see what this thing's all about. He just bought his Costa Rica yesterday, and he just threw his hand right up right away. So, Scott, if you can jump out, feel free. Now I'm going to keep going with the next guy, but I'm pumped for you. Congrats, brother. And we're super excited to see you as well. Hey, let's see. We got Harrison. You got your hand up there, brother? These guys are like, yep.
Hi,
Hey.
can you hear me?
Hey,
My hand is
yeah.
down, but I'm all in, and I see you guys in Miami. I'm coming with Anders and the Swedish team, because I live in Stockholm, in Sweden.
Awesome.
And I'm glad to see you all. It's
Yay,
gonna be awesome.
right on, buddy. That's great. I'm super pumped for you. Way to go. That's awesome. Congratulations. Way to go. We got some great stuff here. I mean, I love it. I know I've got some people too that I've been sending me messages all day today going, no worries, I'm gonna make this thing work, I'm gonna figure it out, that are not on the line tonight. I've got somebody a couple people in Australia that couldn't be here because it's the middle of the night, so I know that they're really excited too.
Me and Daddy made a big, huge
Hold on, we're not going to show right now. They made a big tent. I know. All right, hold on. Did I get you out here? I got Rochelle out. All right, good. All right, anyone else want to jump in out here and share the excitement, guys? Because we, it's usually about making that decision. It's funny. I love and I listen to Dave Wood. He's like, it's not that you are out of funds or you don't have the means to do it. It's you're just out of ideas, and it's really true. I remember when I was going to get started, I was like, there's no chance I had a dime. I really didn't have the investment. That was $24,000. I just had a lack of ideas. And I started putting my mind together, and it took me about a week. That's why I always give everyone at least a week, and we'd love to guys say, hey, unlimited time. Unfortunately, it just doesn't always happen that way, because if we give you unlimited time, something else comes up. When you get a set time frame, that's why we do it that way. It's not because we want you to feel like we don't care. It's because we do care more. That's why we want to give you that strict time frame, because we know you have an end point, and there's something that the pain is strong enough. You're going to make it happen, and that's the whole purpose behind it. So just put your ideas together, put your wheels together. Nice. Oh, congratulations, guys. Right on. All right, good. Let's see. All right, I've got some. Yay, way to go. Awesome. Super excited. All right. Okay, well, I think we're solid, guys. I mean, this has been awesome. I know there's some other people saying I'm my money together at the end of the month. You got a couple weeks. We'll, it's just focus on really getting things together for yourself by the 22nd. You definitely will not be sad and sorry that you did.
And what a great Christmas gift for your spouse, like, to be able to, like, think about the franchise situation. I kind of feel sorry for people that buy franchises nowadays, just to be real, knowing that for $5,000 you have this business where you can outperform, athletes. You can make more money than, a lot of your favorite musicians. And I just think that's an incredible opportunity because, being in places like Thailand, I think there's 65 million, or being in poverty-stricken places like Haiti and realizing, Wikipedia reports that 80% of the people don't have jobs, but if you go there, you're like, shit, it's like 95% of the people are just struggling and don't have a way. However, they're a lot more talented than us in a lot of ways. They're a lot more creative. They're maybe even better people in a lot of different ways than we are. However, the only difference is they don't have the information that we have. They don't have access to that. So I feel like it's our mission to share this information, because what if people in Haiti had this information? do you think they can transform their lives? I mean, it would start with the mind, it would transform the heart, and it can transform a nation. And I truly believe in that. What we have, don't take it for granted. Don't just sleep on it. Act upon it, because you can act now and create this greatness and this ripple effect, and it all starts with you. I mean, once you create that success story, you become a beacon of light for so many other people. I mean, nowadays our words reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, but we wouldn't have any of this influence if we didn't get out of our crappy situation. If you don't get out of your crappy situation for someone else, well, do it for yourself, and then allow yourself to help other people, even if that's not your main intention. I'm telling you, by focusing upon yourself and being selfish in a good way upon your dreams, you can unlock things in your life. You can unlock Pandora's box. You can start to live your dreams. You can begin speaking on stages in front of the world, doing exotic vacations while, you know, because here's another self-limiting belief that I hear often, is that in order to get wealth, I must steal from someone, like steal from the little people to get it. Well, that's not the way we perceive things here. In order to attain wealth here from us, you need to help a lot of people get what they want, meaning the more people you can help reach their dreams, naturally the more wealth that you will create. So that's why it's our focus now. It's just our passion and our mission to help people make their first 6 figures in a year. Because I know that would have transformed our lives when we were struggling, and it has, and it can help so many people that aren't in as great a situation that we are. And I believe regardless how bad your situation is, there's people in situations 100 times worse, right? And if you travel and get yourself outside the country, you get to realize this incredible awareness, and it surrounds you, and it's like you download this responsibility, and it's not just like about you anymore. It's about doing something to create change in society, realizing that you have the power and realizing that other people have the same power that you have, and helping people become aware of that. Maybe that's where the true power is. Maybe that's where you unlock that magic and just start to really step into your dream reality, because teach people what they need to hear, you know. Start believing in other people, but let it all start with believing in yourself and realizing that you have a dream for a reason. And the moment you quit on your dreams is the moment you begin to die. And it's not worth just, you know, not living life to your full potential. Realizing not everyone has the same opportunity that we have. We got to be very grateful and realize that it's a mission.
Oh man, I'm with you, brother. Gosh, dude,
Hey, Jonah, can I hop out there for a minute? It's Anders here.
Yeah, Anders, come on out here. We love you, Justin, so much for this. This is why we do what we do. Come on here, Anders.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, I can't agree with Justin more, you know. We should really be grateful for this. And guys, I just wanted to tell you, 3 short months ago, I was in your shoes. I said, like you are right now. I sat down, you know, behind my computer, and I after this, like, I think it was 3 hours that webinar went for, and I was so excited, I was so pumped, and I just knew that I need to do whatever it takes to do this, and to get to come up with the money, because I didn't have any money by that, you know, like 3 months ago. I didn't have those money, but I thought to myself, I want to do this. I need to do this, you know, because I have so strong dreams, and I'm thinking about my mom, like 61 years old. She's now at, like, you know, at work, and it's so stressful environment. I remember, you know, visiting my mom at her job, and I couldn't find her. You know, I asked her colleagues and everything, and I found out that she was on the toilet, just like laying down on the floor because she had like chest pains because of the stress. And those small things, you know, can really, you know, that was a determining factor for me. Like, it's so much bigger than just me. You know, it's so much bigger. I want to retire my parents, and there's all these things I want to do in life for not only for me but for my people around me, you know, my family and my friends. And I didn't have the money, guys, and I just thought to myself, how can I make this happen? You know, how can I come up with the money? There must be a way, you know. We're here for a purpose. I knew that I was on that call that night for a purpose. And I asked myself, how can I do this? And I lay down in my bed because it's like 3 in the morning in Swedish time. And I was lying there and I was thinking to myself like for 2 hours, how can I come up with the money? How can I come up with the money? And then I passed out. And then the minute I woke up, like 3 hours later for going up to work, I had it. I just knew, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. And I remember, it was not tough because I had to, I've been a musician all my life, and I had to actually, sell my drums, which is my, my biggest, that's a big part of me that I had to let go of because it's time to do this. It's time to, get my life in the right direction and really, start working toward my dreams. And I know I can invest in those drums later. I sold my laptop. And it's actually a funny story when I actually decided to also sell my stove, as you heard, guys. And I did that, I'd rather eat cold for 2 months than not taking this opportunity, and that's what I did. And I know a lot of you guys have heard where I'm at today and how much I grown and succeeded in this business. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. That do whatever it takes because this is your chance and this might change your life.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Couldn't say it any better. You're muted.
One other thing, thank you, Anders, for sharing that, because I was talking about your numbers earlier, and yours are unusually high, the highest on the team that I'm aware of. And if you don't mind sharing maybe how many customers you brought in, maybe how much the value per customer. I shared my personal number being 500 and something. I don't know where I wrote that down. But I'm just curious, just to let people know what is possible when you have a dream, regardless where you come from. I think your story is so touching.
Okay, here we go. Sorry for the delay here in Sweden. Yeah, my numbers, man. I'm not sure exactly how many people I brought in so far. I know it's like the last 3 months. It's not that many. It's about I think it's 18 people or something like that. And I've earned about $17,000, I think, right about in these 3 months. So if you can divide that, and we can see what's the lifetime customer value is.
Just in my head, I think that would be over $900 per customer, which is extremely good. And what are you spending, if you don't mind sharing just truthfully what you're spending typically per customer that you're bringing in through Facebook as you're doing the paid stuff that we're teaching you?
About now, I think it's about 3 sales per $200, so around $70 a sign up right now as we speak. So it's really good numbers right now. I think in the beginning it was like 34, but I haven't haven't rewritten my stories and done new stories in a while. So that I have a few coming up, so it's going to get better. What about around $70?
Excellent. That's money all day, and I just want to reiterate, if you can acquire a new customer for less than $100 in ads, I mean, and your customer, even if it was half of what Anders' customers are worth, because his are like over 900, you're still in the green. So it's going to be quite exciting watching Anders scale up, because now he has this money all hitting his bank account. And he's like, crap, what should I do with it? He's like, I just want to build the business. So he's like, I'm going to invest this into ads. So I'm just super excited for you, brother. That's money formula all day long. So great job, dude. Now we get to learn from Anders, so it's really cool.
Right? I love it. It's fantastic. In fact, we haven't even added Anders' call that he did last week.
I put it up on the all-in page a couple days ago.
Yeah, the group. I haven't put it on my all-in page yet. So, right on though. This is good stuff, you guys. You know, one thing too to also remember. Oh, those that are all in. I know Jubril's going to be doing his special call tomorrow for the all-in group as well as you know, the bigger monthly added bonus, and then we're all going to be seeing each other sooner than later in Miami. It's going to be really crazy. Wow. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, listen. Why don't we let's keep it rolling. Everyone, remember, you know, you've got until the 22nd. I know I've got a couple. I've got 2 people on here right now that are saying that they're doing everything they can possibly do to get it done by then. So that's really great. We're really excited for you guys. You know, we couldn't be more excited. You know, we talk a lot about the money. We talk a lot about, you know, the marketing and all this stuff. When it comes down to it, it really just comes down to pure freedom and pure living life. And that's, you know, you get to see my little girl. She's dancing right now next to me. She's sitting in my lap the whole time and I'm working. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to most people. You know, here she is. She's all dressed and ready for dinner. 7:30.
We're not doing a normal dinner.
We're not doing normal dinner.
Let me show you.
I'll
show you.
No, we're gonna no, it's okay. Oh,
We want to see her tent that she set up.
They want to see the tent. They want to see the tent. Okay, you ready? Hold on. There's Dad. There's our friend Joan. It's cold here in the Canary Islands. The tent.
Wow.
Cold here in the Canary Islands.
Conway, can we sleep in that tent when we visit you? Can we sleep there? It's a nice tent.
All of our stuff. It's been raining torrential for 2 days, and everything's inside the house, so it's kind of like cozy in there. Look at that. There's got her tent.
So awesome.
That's so fun.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Rhonda, for everything. Thank you, Jubril, and I just want to shout out to everyone for attending this and taking their business serious and really investing into yourself. We appreciate you, and just so pumped up to meet you in Miami. It's going to be a life-changing experience. I guarantee you that. So we'll see you all in Miami, and I appreciate you all. Love and light.
You guys are the best. All right, see you guys later. Cheers. Be unstoppable.